You know, when I was 15, I read a quote that went something like, if you live each day as if it was your last, you'll most certainly right. It made an impression on me. And since then, for the past 11 years, I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? And the answer has been no for too many days in a row. And I know I need to change something. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Because almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There's no reason not to follow your heart. About a year ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. I had a scan at 7:30 in the morning, and it clearly showed a tumor on my pancreas. And I didn't even know what the pancreas was. The doctors told me that this was almost certainly a type of cancer that is incurable, and that I should expect to live no longer than 3 to 6 months. My doctor advised me to go home and get my affairs in order, which means the doctor's code for prepare to die. It means to try to tell your family everything you thought you would have the next 10 years to tell them in just a few months. It means to make sure everything is buttoned up so that it will be easy as possible for your families. It means to say your goodbyes. I lived with that diagnosis all day. But late that evening, I had a biopsy where they stuck an endoscope down my throat and through my stomach and into my intestines and put a needle into my pancreas and got a few cells from my tumor. I was sedated, but my mom, who was there, told me that when they viewed the cells under a microscope, the doctors started crying because it turned out to be a very rare form of pancreatic cancer that is curable with surgery. And I had the surgery and I'm fine now. Yes, this was the closest I've been facing death. And I hope it's the closest I get for a few more decades. Having lived through it, I can now say this to you with a bit more certainty than when death was a useful but purely intellectual concept. No one wants to die. Even people who want to go to heaven don't want to die to get there. And yet, death is the destination we all share. No one has ever escaped it. And that is as it should be. Because death is very likely a single best invention of life. It is life-changing. It clears out the old to make way for the new. So right now, the new is you and me. But someday, not too long from now, we will become the old and be cleared away. Our time is limited. So do not waste it living someone else's life. Do not be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Do not let the noise of other people's opinion drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. There was a quote that I read the publication named the Holos Catalog of the back cover. Beneath it were the words, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." And I have always wished that for myself. And now, as you are still new, I wish that for you. Stay hungry, stay foolish,